For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
We have a new development pertaining to the Island Citizenship by Investment Program. And we also will be hearing somebody say healthcare has always needed improvement in St. Lucia. And we have, of course, a whole lot more, including your contributions via 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. And I'll be going through some of your comments in the chat room. This is the most monitored talk show in the world, and that's NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page, as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. My name is Timothy Poleon. We go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon. What about the Citizenship by Investment Program that is always finding itself mired in one controversy or another? And what do you think is the pull factor? It is because it is teeming with money, millions of dollars at stake. Millions of dollars are available and probably can be accessed by certain players. Maybe legally, you never know. But we have demonstrated that whenever we have a thriving industry in St. Lucia, rest assured, questions will be asked and it will be saddled with various problems. And there will be controversy. Take the banana industry. You had so many layers of bureaucracy. And the banana farmers, unfortunately, were being shortchanged. So you have various banana companies, middlemen. Then you have Windfresh. You have a Ministry of Agriculture and a host of other entities, all pretending or claiming to be operating in the interest of the farmers. And then those players will be haggling over the hard work and the returns that would have been accrued from the sale of our bananas. And you had allegations of embezzlement of funds and corruption, and who wants to be at the helm of this banana company and that banana company. No cut strikes, demonstrations. Over what? Money. And now, the same is happening to the Citizenship by Investment program. Only it's not bananas, but it is passports. The sale of passports is bringing millions of dollars supposedly into the coffers of the Treasury. And then you have different players. And then you have middlemen. But the ordinary folks in St. Lucia, remember how long now we have been saddled with this problem of trying to renew our passports? Or those who are seeking a passport for the first time, you had to go through the Herculean task of being on a long line and the signing of documents. And in some cases, you have to be at the passport office in the wee hours of the morning. Not so for well-heeled foreign nationals, the fat cats, those who have the money, who can purchase our passports. And what do you think the ordinary folks have to show for it? The sale of their passports, their patrimony. Not much, if anything at all. And so what is the latest development? You have a blog, and the author of that blog is, among other things, a financial crime specialist and identified as one Benjamin. And he has been doing this for quite some time now. Benjamin Rijoc. And his latest blog on the 30th of this month, yesterday, focuses on one company, a BMAX LLC, developer of the Rockall Housing Development Project. It's a construction firm, according to that blogger from Montenegro. And the owner of that construction firm, one Alexander Mejovic, was facing criminal charges in Montenegro, or is facing criminal charges in Montenegro. Arrested in February of this year and granted bail in April of this year to the tune of about 1.1 million euro. And there are claims that he led a criminal group that smuggled tobacco products. Now, for you to be a developer of one of the CIP projects, I'm sure there must be some due diligence would have to be carried on you. In a moment, you'll get the impression that either this was not properly done or not done at all. Because when this matter was brought to the attention of the CIP minister yesterday, he said that he would have to be briefed to find out exactly what is happening. Remember, this dates back to the guy being arrested in February, granted bail in April. And those people are presiding over our CIP program based on what we have read. And if it is true, they're none the wiser with his regard to his background and dealings and allegations and problems with the law. And we're not positioned to determine his guilt or his innocence. But when you are charged with the responsibility, a huge responsibility at that, to handle the affairs of a country and by extension, the citizens, you have to act above board. You have to be as thorough as possible. Because in serious jurisdictions, whenever you cannot answer certain questions that pertains to your management of certain programs of a country or the resources of the country, in most serious jurisdictions, you would have to pay a price. And if you're not directly accused of any criminal act, to save face, most people would resign. In the case of St. Lucia, people boldly hold on to their positions. They don't even account for their stewardship, and we forget about it. And it is brought up intermittently every now and then just to name and shame the individual. And you wonder, why do that? Because if somebody has done something that is wrong, shouldn't they pay a price? But in St. Lucia, what we are prepared to do, identify the person and name and shame that individual. So we have a report, to put everything into context. We have a report that was filed last evening during the DBS News World by Lisa Joseph.
The Rockall Housing Project was hinted at by Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre during his budget address earlier this year, with no definitive details then. Recently, the Citizenship by Investment Unit listed BMAX LLC as the developer. On its website, BMAX LLC is described as one of the first privately owned construction companies in Montenegro. But on September 30th, 2024, financial crime specialist and blogger Kenneth Rizhok reported that the owner, Alexander Mijolovic, is facing serious criminal charges in Montenegro. He was arrested on February 19, 2024, and on April 24th was released from the investigation prison on a €1.1 million bail. Mijolovic says he will defend himself against the accusations that he led a criminal group that smuggled tobacco products. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Responsibility for the CIP, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, told reporters Monday that he had no knowledge of the matter and that someone alerted him to the article that Monday morning.
We will get as much information as we can about it. I don't know whether the person was questioned. I don't know whether the person was charged. I don't know. But one thing I can tell you, certainly at the time when we were in discussions with the company, there were no issues relating to the individual, none at all. So I have no worries about that. And we will deal with it as we get all the information. As soon as we get all the information necessary, we'll contact the company and find out from the company what this is about, and we will move forward.
Minister Hilaire revealed that the agreement with BMAX LLC was signed almost 2 years ago. Represented by the law firm TM Antoine, Mijolovic is listed as the sole director of BMAX Caribbean Inc. on documents at the Registry of Companies and Intellectual Property signed December 2023. While the minister says he has no knowledge of Mijolovic's legal troubles, the due diligence process surrounding the CIP is once again being drawn into question. A simple Google search by DBS News World found numerous articles about Mijolovic and his legal woes. One media outlet, Portal Actuello, reports, quote, BMAX has been associated with the smuggling of narcotics and cigarettes for a long time, and this organization has its tentacles in all spheres of society, from politics to NGOs and the media. However, that octopus, which has spread its tentacles deep into all spheres of Montenegro's society, is slowly beginning to yield under the pressure of the international community, end quote. Minister Hilaire says he expects the opposition United Workers' Party to capitalize on this development.
Already accusations have been made about Hilaire, the Prime Minister, and Thaddeus Antoine. We expect the opposition. I mean, after the week we had last week, you understand the opposition will certainly be on the hunt for anything, about the government.
What then of the housing project?
We are committed to the housing project in Rockall. We believe St. Lucians need more housing and St. Lucians need more options. And at the same time, we will do whatever we can to make sure that we do not expose this country to any, any unnecessary associations, and we'll find out. And like I said, I read the story this morning and I asked for a briefing on it, so I'm expecting by the end of the day to get a briefing on exactly. We did not know about this story, but it has surfaced this morning and we will find out.
Mijalvik's arrest came after several months of coordinated action by the Special State Prosecutor's Office, the Special Police Department, and the European Union Agency for the Cooperation of Law Enforcement Authorities, Europol, by the order of the Special State Prosecutor's Office. For the DBS News World, Lisa Joseph reporting.
This report was filed last evening and aired during the DBS News World, and reported there is Lisa Joseph. Let us hear from the leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Chasney, speaking on a program which aired on Hot TV and Kiss FM last evening, hosted by the PRO of the UWP, Leonard Spider-Motut, and Mr. Alan Chasney addressed the whole BMAX controversy.
We heard the Minister of CIP tonight on a news situation indicate that he's known BMAX for 2 years. 2 years. Yet we as a population only came to know about BMAX in September 14th, when the SI, the statutory instrument, came out declaring that they were going to be an infrastructure project. And remember, it was controversial because in that same SI, they made it retroactive, meaning they made it effective, even though it came out in September. They made it effective in January. Now, what do we know? We know that BMAX was established as a company in St. Lucia by Thaddeus Antoine on December 23rd of 2023, which is the same day that the SI, the statute instrument, came out, introducing the infrastructure program. That's the first time that the infrastructure program got any legality, or at least being set up. We then know that the gentleman, Alexander, was initially arrested on January 14th of 2024. He was then held in remand from February all the way until April. And he was released in April on bail for $1.2 or $1.1 million. Yet, the government wants us to believe they never knew about any of this. And remember, they only introduced it and BMAX in September, so they ought to have known all these things. Now, this is where persons need to believe themselves and believe in their own research. Right. If you simply go online and you put BMAX and the gentleman's name, which is in the article, all the information comes up. So it wasn't to say that you had to go to Interpol, you had to call the FBI, you had to do any major due diligence. And the question that brings in mind here is, if they couldn't do the due diligence on the company that is going to be given thousands of passports, and remember, we don't know how many passports they're being given. We don't know how much the project is supposed to cost. We know nothing.
The leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Chasney, speaking last evening on the program Like It Is, hosted by Leonard Spider-Motut. Let's hear from you at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. The big question is, have we crossed the Rubicon? Are we at the point of no return as far as this citizenship by investment program is concerned, because it is one controversy after another. And the impression has been given that those are being fabricated. Somehow people are just coming and just manufacturing things. Unfortunately, people are just targeting this administration, and wrongfully so. And people do not want to pay attention to the facts. I believe that the minister with responsibility for CIP, Mr. Dr. Ernest Hilaire, should have been well equipped to adequately address that particular issue which has surfaced at that press briefing this week, or yesterday, to be more precise. But he said he does not know about it, and he's hoping to be briefed very soon. That will take how long? Well, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months? You never know. We have a caller line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
I have a request. I don't know if you will, well, not you, but I'm hoping that the callers would understand. I was trying not to call, and I won't be long, because I want other callers, not like myself and Rick and Mr. What's his name? I can't remember that one name. He always saying his name when he calls, and some others. My request is that those of us who've always been calling you to give NewsSpin a break, so that some new people could start calling. Why? Because at this point, to me, Tim, there's too many things happening around this administration that we still have so many people that are quiet, and that is just looking to hear the same set of callers. I would request that, especially Rick Wayne, spend no more than 2 or 3 minutes on the show. There are other people who would like to say something, but who cannot say it because Tim takes too long.
I don't think that's the case, you know. I don't think that's the case, caller. I think listen. There are a number of people who will be complaining why this individual or that individual is on this broadcast for so long. But they would not call. They sit in their offices, sit in their vehicles, and they listen. And they listen, okay? And maybe they have a good laugh, entertainment. Maybe they are edified, once in a while, etc.
I understand.
Yeah?
And that's what I'm saying. That those of us who have been calling all along need to give some people, need to give them a chance to see if they will call.
But they will not call.
I am getting too many people on the road telling me that they hear my voice, and I encourage them to call, and they're not calling.
They will not call.
And it's like a lot of people is just afraid of saying what's affecting them.
They are cowards.
And there are a lot of things affecting people.
They are cowards, caller.
Understand? For 3 years, even before this government is this administration is in office, so many from one to the next. Now, it's one thing to have an opposition just trying to make you look bad. That's the opposition's, most times that's what they want to do. That's like their job, to make the current government look bad. But Tim, everything that has happened is not just a case of the opposition trying to make this government look bad. It's always something that is popping up and with evidence and look what had happened recently there again in the CIP. That had nothing to do with us. That had nothing to do with the opposition. The thing with Martinez, it wasn't the opposition that went out and put out the facts, the information. You understand? Every time something is popping up, and yet still St. Lucians are like only sitting down there waiting for an election. And for all you know, when election time come, by that time, most of them will stay at their homes. It's like they're satisfied with what's going on, but they're complaining. You understand me? Look at somebody touched the gas yesterday, Tim. Look at the amount, how so long we've been paying $16.50 for gas. And there's no reason for us to be paying 16.50 for gas. You understand? I have police officer friends who every time they see me, they will be on my case as if, they're supporting Labour Party. I'm saying, but why should you, as a police officer, something people have not even touched yet? When the Labour Party, every time the Labour Party come in office, they're always doing something. When they came in, Tim, you remember police officers they had to work only 20 years. And then that police officer could have gotten his early retirement, start a business on his own, or whatever the case may be, contributing to the economy of this country. Now you have police officers have to work to reach up to 65. Imagine you like the army of the state.
No, I don't think
you working for the army.
I don't think you're right on that one, They work until 55, not 65. No.
Well, yeah, 55.
Yeah, 55.
But Tim, as a police officer up to 55, that's all you know. You think you have what it takes to run behind a man at that age? You understand? But what I am saying, Tim, this is like the state's job. This is like the army of the state. Okay? When somebody is in that position, you could have given him his 20 years, given the state that it's 20 years, and then now they can go now in the society, reinvest, do something, make it easier for them to invest and they could contribute to the economy, because that is how the economy grows, by more people investing in the economy, in the country. But now you have this person working up to 55 and a young person that have to come in to get a job, you understand, so that the cycle keeps on going. It's not working that way because you have those old police officers there, and by the time you finally give them a position to head the state, they stay there a few days and then they retire. Isn't that what we've been seeing? But why do we keep on keeping quiet? Okay, it's like NewsSpin is the most popular show. You have so many viewers, listeners, and yet still only one group of people call in. I am almost tired of myself. You understand? Other people need to start taking on the mantle and calling this show. Calling to say what's affecting them. Or if everything is glory and nice for you, call and say it anyways. You understand? We need to hear more people. I know the show is reaching out because you're looking at the viewers, you're looking at everything, and you've seen it is reaching out. But why do people keep quiet in a country where things are going the way it's going right now? You understand? A packet of lentils used to be 2 something, now it's 5 something. The so-called Malawi peas. You understand me? Everything is going. Look, they were bragging about the laptop thing. Now I'm hearing from the secret as if they're working on bringing back the ebook. That's why they cannot give the children a laptop yet. You understand me? Everything is being done in secret in this government. Nothing is being put out for people to know. And every time we have a leader coming and giggle on the show as if something is so, everything is a joke for him. You understand? When last did you know your children or whoever was overseas team could not come back to St. Lucia and start building, buy land, whatever they wanted? Wasn't that something that have always happened? People will stay overseas donkey years and they'll come back and build a big house or start a business in St. Lucia. When were St. Lucians ever restricted from doing that? To go and speak about it now as if it's something that is happening for the first time. We keep on taking the recycling government, basically trying to recycle everything and making it look original. And everybody's just quiet. Okay, looking forward to hear the same set of voices. Mahalastan Rick, Mahalastan Mr. Bermuda, Mahalastan PJ, Mahalastan Komwe, il est pour l'autre monde commencer à couiller dit ça qui affecte yo parce que la bagaille qui affecte yo. Cette lycéen mais là just agree yo pas dire rien. You going on a line in that bank, everybody that chups. The moment one person stand up and say something, everybody in agreement. But all of them, they're quiet. As if nothing is happening, but they frustrated up to their necks. Anyway, team, have a good day.
You too, sir. I think there's some truth in the contribution made by this caller. There are a number of people, because, even before this program goes on the air, almost on a daily basis, I receive calls from certain individuals. And they want to point me in certain directions, and they want to guide me and to tell me this is happening and that is happening, and they are not satisfied with the performance of the government in one area or the other, but they want me to highlight that particular issue and see if I could bring that particular individual on the show to quiz them, whether it's on the minimum wage, on the crime situation, the education sector, etc. And I would say to them, please, can you just, present yourself, come forward? You are a citizen of this country. And they tell me, boy, they're afraid of the victimization and so on. And I wonder exactly what is happening in St. Lucia that has caused so many people to lose their voices. And that certainly does not bode well for a democracy. This, for example, this issue highlighted by the caller, gas, right? Diesel, fuel at the pump, $16.50 for over a year, maybe close to 2 years now. When the price of crude oil on the world market has been experiencing a steady decline, yet still as far as this product is concerned, it has remained steady. It has remained steady at $16.50. All right, so somebody is saying to me the caller is right. Retirement is now 65 from 2003 for the police, and this guy is in a position to know. Okay, so I was wrong on this. Caller is right. Retirement is now 65 from 2003 for the police. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin.
How are you doing?
Good afternoon to you, caller.
You all right?
I'm okay, caller. How about you?
Hey, I'm cool and easy, man. I'm cool and easy.
What's in your mind?
Yeah, okay. What's on my mind? I'm hearing Ile come and lie to the nation, say he doesn't know what the people say, and it is the opposition that looking for things. Tim,
you cannot say the man lied, eh?
How you mean that? Because we get it.
He ought to know
the information.
Let's put it this way. He ought to know. I'm not in a position to say he lied. He ought to know.
He ought to know. Okay. Okay, he ought to know. And why he's coming and say that he doesn't know this, that, and the other, he have to call and blah, 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 black sheep. What is that? What is that, Tim? This is book ça la last vini à la radio, et ben la TV nou, vini di parole, yo stav, ça yo ka di a, yo pa avoué Tim. Makas ti porte ça Tim. Ben avec yo mais ça c'est yo fait Tim. Especially il est avec opposition là, fait truc, yo toujours ka le mener opposition là. C'est opposition là qui lève ça. Ou changer CIP et puis l'autre bouk là, dit c'est ba ça. Yo dit c'est opposition là. C'est nom ça là qu'a fait cette lycéen quoi dit opposition là qu'a menti. Avec la opposition là mène parole là dedans, yo pas qu'à venir pour dire ça yo ni pour dire. Vous comprenez combat là qui sorti là Tim. Si moi pas t'étendre li yo souhait. En les state as it is en les programme spider yo souhait. Malgré ça. Vous comprenez? Et que même pas qu'à venir dire nous qui ça y est. Yo ka serrer tout bail encore fort. On comprend yo ka mettre encore fort yo team. Et que yo fini yo ka venir dire c'est opposition là. Moi ka dire c'est nom ça la parole. Avec na vraie parole là ba yo c'est moun ça là. Philippe Jepien il est avec les autres Saragon yo a. L'autre ka venir pour venir à la TV avec la radio nous. Venir avec ces paroles là tête. Pas venir avec dire c'est opposition là, c'est opposition là qui a levé this that and the other. Okay, Tim? Merci un pile frère.
Merci beaucoup. Let me see if I have any of your WhatsApp messages to go through. Once again, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And somebody says there via WhatsApp. Again, police officers, age of retirement 65. Those who joined in the 90s can live after 20 years or 55. Okay. Thank you so much for the correction, folks. And let's see if we have another. All right, let's take a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tim.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yeah, let me ask you a simple question.
Mm.
What improvement have made since this government in power?
Cole, I don't know if I'm in a position to answer that question. I really don't know. I can't answer that question. Maybe you are better
Because,
placed.
yeah, because what I'm seeing,
Because for me,
this government,
the main areas I want to improve, I'm not seeing any kind of improvement. I mean, healthcare
because that
remains an issue.
that's what I'm saying.
The people's
That's what I'm
security
saying
is still a
because
problem.
yeah, and this is what I'm saying because even after election, these because even after the election, these guys was accusing Fresh Start of who much a thing. And look, right now, Talvan and Shark, Fresh Start get back this contract, right? So who have been telling lies and why this government have been corrupting the people of St. Lucia instead of uniting the people them. In St. Lucia, things not getting better under this government. We are going from 10 to 0. And I was in St. Lucia. As this government come in power, I have to run left St. Lucia to look for a better life because things are just getting worse and worse every day. You understand what I'm saying? Up to now, they can't set a date for nothing. They can't tell you what improvement they made. Look at the Grozile Highway. Up to now, nothing. You know, I've not seen nothing have been doing good from this government. It's big corruption and accusation. And the thing is with this government, they don't want to accept the things that they're doing wrong. They're always blaming the opposition. Everything is Chasney. It's 3 years already. Chasney not there for that past 3 years, them in government. So why they keep blaming the opposition? That's my contribution.
Thank you so much for sharing it with us. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, somebody says healthcare always needed improvement. In a bit, your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex Customer Service Office in Castries is now opened for business, but we've moved. We're now located on Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci on the ground floor of the new Carilac building. We're open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out our online options first. But if you do need to come in to see us, we'll be pleased to serve you with new connections, bill queries, payments, and other service requests. Lucilex Sanssouci office, ground floor of the Carilac building. New location, same great service.
St. Lucia, get ready for the ultimate flavor explosion at KFC. Introducing the new Bacon Melt Sandwich. That's right, the crispy, juicy KFC chicken you love, topped with melted cheese, crispy bacon, and your choice of mayo or barbecue sauce, all nestled in a soft sesame seed bun.
Come and try KFC's new bacon melt sandwich. It's great, no lie. Crispy chicken, bacon, cheese flavor certified with mayo or barbecue. Anyone you must try. For just $25, get this combo deal. Fries and a drink, it's a steal. Head to KFC, cause you don't wanna miss a bacon melt sandwich. Have it on your list.
Available at all KFC locations island-wide. WhatsApp 484-0400 or visit kfcslu.com for delivery and more.
So let's pay. I'm new in the
got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Flow FastPay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. Flow FastPay. Flow FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
It is well known by all solution professional tradesmen and even homeowners that European-made tools are the best. Well, guess what? Europa Hardware is having a massive promotion on the Metabo brand of power tools. From impact drills to angle grinders, jigsaws to rotary hammers, sanders and hot air guns, all at unbeatable, jaw-dropping prices. Don't let your tools let you down. Come to Europa and stay standing with a proud in-the-hand tool from Metabo. Call us at 452-0763 or visit us in Massat Grosine. Europa, we service what we sell.
Ministre qui a une responsabilité pour santé qui a offert un service neuf en bas programme Universal Health Coverage là. Service ça là c'est pour femmes faire test pap smear pour aider à adresser problème cancer en matrice. Service nouveau pap smear ça là plus confortable et plus facile. Nous commandé pour toute femme pour l'avantage service ça là et aller en wellness center à Camino pour apprendre plus à sous sa clinique pap smear ça là capable faire. Ada yon semaine seulement ou ka jwen résultat l'examen pap smear. Et si mou chwe bagay pas normal, et ben la ni cancer, ou ka traper examiner encore durant une semaine. La kay ni examination pour HPV 16 et HPV 18 qui ça en cause cancer en matrice. Si résultat test la pas normal, ou ka jwen un appointment vitement pour traitement. Et là, ou ka jwen plus information à sous maladie et guérison. Nous commandons toute femme pour prendre l'avantage service neuf sala pour adresser problème cancer. Et UHC, santé l'anteweno. Pour plus d'informations, téléphonez 468-5300 et bien 468-5328.
In today's fast-paced world, accurate health diagnosis is more crucial than ever. Time is vital. Are you suffering from chronic headaches, back pain, knee pain, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, sciatica, stroke, joint pain, or arthritis? No matter the pain or illness, La Clinique du Corps has the best doctors and specialists to diagnose and treat your condition. We are the only medical clinic equipped with the latest 1.5 Tesla MRI machine, the gold standard in healthcare. This fully GE certified MRI provides top quality, detailed images detecting any illness including tumors and cancers of the brain and spine. We also offer the ultimate in ultrasound technology. There is absolutely no need to travel overseas for these services. Exercise your right to a second opinion before any complex medical procedure. La Clinique du Corps puts you in direct contact with top medical specialists from Martinique and France, known internationally for prioritizing patients' health. Call La Clinique du Corps in Castries or Cocoville, Rodney Bay at 451-6559 and make your appointment today.
I've seen you here before, and I have something special just for you.
What have we here?
Happy housewarming to me? That's the MNC Home Depot Rewards Card. You'll earn points every time you shop, plus exclusive savings and promotions just for you.
Just for me?
Yes, just for you. Shop in store or online and enjoy a seamless experience.
So I get to treat myself every time I shop?
Exactly. It's time to reward yourself.
MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Rewards Card. Sign up and reward yourself today at www.mnchomedepot.com.
At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastors Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
Then you have a situation where you have a person who is the chairman, who we don't know if he's there or not. So he claims he's not showing up to work. He's provided no answers to any of the stuff that's been taking place with the CIP program. So it's created even more doubt and more concerns as to what's transpiring. So for me, I think that statutorily, he's still the chairman.
Right.
We've not seen any letters to say that he's not. We've not seen a declaration by the CIP unit that he's not. And we've seen the Prime Minister and the Minister both treat all of us with disdain and disrespect by not being able to answer a simple question as to whether the chairman is still the chairman.
The leader of the parliamentary opposition, of course it is being disrespectful to the people of St. Lucia. And sometimes those who are in authority believe that if a reporter, journalist, talk show host were to pose a question to them and they do not answer that question, then they believe they are insulting the person who asked the question. But you are insulting the people of St. Lucia because a reporter posing that question to you is asking that question on behalf of the people of St. Lucia. And they want to know, and up to this day, we consider ourselves to be a serious country, producing 2 Nobel laureates and also female who won gold at the Olympics in Paris, and yet still, governments or this administration, the members believe that they do not owe you an answer to your question or questions. The CIP chairman, Mr. Lon Theophilus, or let's put it this way, Mr. Lon Theophilus, is still the chairman of the board of the Citizenship by Investment Program. Simple. And the Prime Minister of St. Lucia would double speak on this. He would be ambiguous. And likewise, the CIP minister is either yes or no. And maybe Mr. Lon Theophilus can help us with a response to that question. Because I can't see this happening and being tolerated in any other country other than St. Lucia. Can you imagine a question of that nature is being posed to the Prime Minister of Barbados, the best Prime Minister in the world, Mia Mottley, and she's not answering? Or the Prime Minister of Jamaica, maybe Rowley in Trinidad might not answer. But I can't see Ralph Gonzalez in St. Vincent and the Grenadines not answering. 452-2979, 452-2979, your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Let me see if I could go through any of your WhatsApp messages, but let's take a call in the meantime via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, you're on the air.
Yes, Tim, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Oh, not too bad, Lisa.
What's in your mind?
I'm just trying to, I'm trying to find out. Our government made a statement about persons 80 years and older would not have to be paying for health care.
Yeah.
Okay? My dad went to the hospital. He's 88 years old. And the hospital issued me a bill of $2,457. He spent 10 days there. So I went across to the Ministry of Health to find out what is going on. And I was met with the receptionist came to me because they wouldn't come to me and told me that where are my siblings? Okay, so we are supposed to come together to pay the bill. We can pay 20, 50, whatever we can over whatever period.
So therefore, it is not true. It's not true when they say that people who are over 80 get free medical treatment. It's not true.
It is false. It is false and misleading to the people of this country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He spent 10 days at the hospital.
Where's that, at St. Jude or OKEU?
At OKEU.
Right.
And I have the bill right here in my hand, with the medication they had given to him, and they're telling me that should I not pay, the next time he comes there, they would not attend to him.
Wow. Sounds incredible.
So you see, that is the situation that we are in, with a government with lies and lies and more lies. Okay? And I don't know what St. Lucians are waiting for to ask these people to vacate office. Because, this is absolute garbage. You can't be fooling the people like that.
All right, Connor.
Thanks so much. I just wanted to let St. Lucians know what we are up against with the St. Lucia Labour Party. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling. Some of your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And for the longest while, we have been hearing people over 80 getting free medical treatment at our health institutions. And this is not the first person who has said that they have brought their parents, relatives there over 80, and they have been asked to pay. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yes, Timo. What's up?
I'm okay, Connor. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to get a chance for us to speak in person or even on the most monitored station in the world. Timo, the situation with solutions, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's true we are coward set of people, some of us. Others have their mortgages and their bills to pay and everything. And they know for a fact that if they open their mouth higher than a whisper, they will frustrate them. They'll do something to them for them to either leave the job or find a way to tell them, oh, go home. That post is no longer in use. Am I right or am I wrong?
It happens sometimes, Colin.
Yeah. But so the people are worried. The people are scared. I can't blame them for being scared. You understand? But all those things, at the end of the day, all those tyrants there, the time pass, they will push people to a point, a breaking point. You understand? And the whole nation will feel it. I'm walking and I'm feeling the tension in it. I mean, most solutions that not feeling that, they're ostriches. They put their head in the sand and expose you know what. And they keep on getting...
And you know when it's exposed, what will happen to you.
Exactly. So everybody is frightened. Everybody's frightened. You have that CIP there, everybody knows. I'm telling you, well, maybe the SMBC, they do not know, but we know that everybody knows the situation that we're in. And they refuse to give any information because it will indict them. But you could only hide for so long. You understand? You have none of the ministries doing the job that they are. Whole set of people in PhD, doctorate, and there's people there in positions, big jobs, and they're not doing the work. Right? You have the utility companies just taking advantage of people. You have the banks, oh my goodness. Then you have the petrol, which is a very, very touchy situation because anytime petrol stays high, the cost of living will relate to it. Am I right or am I wrong?
You are correct, sir, without a shadow of a doubt. The cost of other goods and services automatically will be increased, and that will be passed on to the consumer.
Yeah, that's what it will reflect, and nobody wants to go there. My partner, by Paul gas station, I'm not hearing him again. I don't know if he went into hiding. I'm not hearing him again. You understand? Everybody's protecting the victory and their pocket, and the poor man suffering. But I will say something now. And I want people to hear me very, very clear. Do not misquote me. St. Lucia is heading for an explosive situation. You remember the plywood city? You should be.
Yes,
you
I remember.
Around, you
I remember, yeah.
And people only had stones and cutlasses. Now they have other things. St. Lucia is heading for an explosive situation. I just wish I could know when, so I could be out of town. because it's going to happen and very, very bad. And it's going to look bad on our history since we have 2 Nobel laureates and we have athletes that touching the world. All this, the bad things are easier to leak out than the good. You see how hard they are to get to the good? Like the Nobel laureates and our gold and silver medalists, how hard it took. It's easier.
Lost the caller. All right, let's take another call. Let's see, 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. You have a... Okay, we lost that call as well. Okay, let me see if I could go through some of your messages. Somebody says, the hospital workers are keeping the payments, but still submitting a bill to the government. I don't know whether that's true or not. Okay, we don't know that to be a fact. We have a call. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you on the air.
Yeah.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tibafi Poleon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. My situation there today, Hile never lie. All what Hile saying is the truth. That's what he want to make people believe. You understand? But that is so bad of Hile because it's dead showing up in his face. You could see the man talk and you could watch his face. You see him all over his face. You could know the decision because if I say what I say, then you might say, well, do call them on that. But tell Hile, tanto, 2 more years.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution. We have some of your comments in the chat room. Let me see if I can access some of them. You should be ashamed of yourself for even coming here and writing nonsense. You know, that's a chat room exchange that is taking place there. I wonder if the free ultrasound PGP said pregnant women will get is also free. Another person says there, wow, Shazi, you are unbelievable, calling facts nonsense. Shazi, please get a life, you SLP hack. Extracted from the chat room. Another one says, get lost, stay in your Kool-Aid section, empty brain, shameless. And so another person says, LMAO, and I did not get any meds. And some more of your comments to go through. The polyclinic said it's a medication exam are free. Doctor's visits and all tests have to be paid for out of pocket. And another comment in the chat room. Let me see there what somebody's saying. Why some of you believe you'll have the right to speak for others and not for yourself. Tim, I went to Castries. The place is not as clean, as before. Some of the comments in the chat room. We have a call. Hello, good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Hello. Okay, let's await that contribution. Okay, all right. So let's try again. Once again, 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls at 716-2026. Another WhatsApp message. Somebody says there via WhatsApp. Tim, Sarah Prudent and Nancy Charles of the UWP were vilified for using the Creole phrases, Chasnese, Med Bordayo, and whatever. So now it's the reverse, I suppose. And another WhatsApp message to go through. Mr. Poleon, this is the real thing. The elderly being told that if they don't pay, that they will not be attended to. There is a video going around with a lady stating the same thing, shaking my head. And some more of your messages. For PJP, it should be the Julian Alfred Tunnel Vision Highway. Okay, another one, and it reads, the reporters need to go to Lawrence's office to ask him the question. It is clear that he resigned, but the SLP just don't want to give the CIP scandal credibility. And let's see if we have another one to go through. Another WhatsApp message. He needed to stop deflecting and answer the question. Last week was Judas Week, and Senusians came out to support her, not them. Why make it political to say after last week they expect anything from the leader of the opposition, when clearly the leader of the opposition commended the government. When will this government stop peeing in St. Lucian's eyes and calling it rain? This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, some more of your calls and your WhatsApp messages. And the Prime Minister of St. Lucia says healthcare has always needed improvement. That's in St. Lucia.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, teacher.
Let's head back to school.
Yay!
It's time to get the children ready to head back to school with a back-to-school loan from First National Bank. Get up to $30,000 for all your back-to-school needs. No deposit required, low interest rates, and an easy process. Visit any First National Bank location or call 455-7127 for more information. Let's head back to school with First National Bank. Terms and conditions apply. First National Bank, here for you.
What's on your back-to-school checklist? Fast, reliable internet? 50% off your postpaid bill? With Flow, you can check everything off your list. Sign up for Internet Select 400 broadband and get 50% off for the first 3 months. Plus, sign up for any postpaid bundle and get 50% off your bill. Make back to school easy with Flow. Visit discoverflow.co for details.
St. Lucia, get ready for the ultimate flavor explosion at KFC. Introducing the new bacon milk sandwich. That's right, the crispy, juicy KFC chicken you love, topped with melted cheese, crispy bacon, and your choice of mayo or barbecue sauce, all nestled in a soft sesame seed bun.
Your taste buds ready, come and try KFC's new bacon milk sandwich is great, no lie. Crispy chicken, bacon, cheese flavor certified with mayo or barbecue, anyone you must try. For just $25, get this combo deal. Fries and a drink, it's a steal. Head to KFC, cause you don't wanna miss a bacon melt sandwich, have it on your list.
Available at all KFC locations island-wide. WhatsApp 484-0400 or visit kfcslu.com for delivery and more.
Stop all that smoke, fume and noise. Keep the emissions to zero and be a hero for the environment. You can still do all your lawn mowing, brush cutting, leaf blowing, hedge trimming, even chainsawing, but with a battery-powered machine. Europa is now offering a buy one get one free on professional battery tools. When you buy the tool, we'll throw in the battery absolutely free. Yes, you heard right. You get one free battery with the purchase of any Steel professional machine.
PS la fille, PS Desord, merci papa.
Visit Europa in Massad, Grosley or call us at 452-0763. Europa, we service what we sell.
The government of St. Lucia, through the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, continues to provide more for pregnant women in St. Lucia. Through maternal and child health services under universal health coverage, pregnant women will receive laboratory and ultrasound services through community wellness centers island-wide, adding to nutritional and mental health counseling. We are here to support you. Take advantage of our weekly services at no cost. And from 1st June 2023, the addition of laboratory and ultrasound services will ease the pressure to aid healthier and safer delivery for you and your baby. Visit your nearest wellness center to register for universal health coverage. For more information, call 468-5300 or 468-5328.
Attention men, are you from now until the end of September in commemoration of Prostate Cancer Awareness Month? Don't guess, know your status. Speak to your doctor or urologist or just make an appointment by calling any of the La Clinique de Corps branches in Castries or Rodney Bay at 451-6559. That's 451-6559.
To have a strong structure, you must have a strong foundation. And at Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer top quality aggregate materials at great prices. We supply high quality ready mix, casting sand and plastering sand. We also take special requests for specific materials that you may require for your building projects. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
I've seen you here before, and I have something special just for you.
What have we here?
Happy housewarming to me? That's the MNC Home Depot Rewards Card. You'll earn points every time you shop, plus exclusive savings and promotions just for you.
Just for me?
Yes, just for you. Shop in store or online and enjoy a seamless experience.
So I get to treat myself every time I shop?
Exactly. It's time to reward yourself.
MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Rewards Card. Sign up and reward yourself today at www.mnchomedepot.com.
Let no one fool you. Healthcare in St. Lucia always needed improvement. I'll make the point again. Healthcare in St. Lucia always needed improvement. There has never been a time in the history of St. Lucia when we were always satisfied with healthcare. Never. Never been a time. Healthcare in the entire world, in the great United States, Obamacare took years. And right now, they are reversing many aspects of Obamacare in the great United States, the capital of the world. In England, the National Health Service under tremendous pressure. You had doctors striking. You had people waiting years online to get treatment in the National Health Service in England. In Canada, you have issues with health. How can you have a little country of 238 square miles with 172,000 people, their health will be perfect?
Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Mr. Philip J. Pierre, speaking over the weekend in New York. Hi, good afternoon to you, Rick.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I keep on saying the thing about history, Tim. Let me ask you a question. What category of people would you say are best placed to be overnight millionaires in this country corruptly?
People who are connected to the government or to the ruling, or let's put it this way, to the ruling party. I won't say the government. Let me be more specific. The ruling party.
And let us make sure we people don't misunderstand us and think we're pointing out to one particular ruling party.
Right.
The best place for crooks to become multimillionaires overnight and still be respected by the best institutions in the country is to be in government. When you are crooked in government, there are people around you who can see it because, you know, Christopher Hitchens, one of my favorite writers, he says the whole point about corruption in politics is that it cannot be done or done properly without bipartisan consensus. Meaning that, let's say it's a government we're talking about. A government cannot continue to be corrupt for long in our country unless it is supported by the church, the lawyers, the educated people, the judges, the novena or rosary people, the people you see on their knees, they have calluses on their knees. No government can be corrupt for long in a country where the majority of the perceived right-thinking people are not also crooks in disguise. Crooks under their cassocks, crooks under their long dresses, crooks, period. You understand what I'm saying? Do you buy that or you do?
I get your point, yes. I get your point, yes, I agree.
So we have a... You're saying?
I mean, there must be enablers, Eric.
They are not just enablers. You know, they're crooks themselves. I want to the enablers are also crooks. Complicity in crookedness makes you a crook. And that is why corruption is so rampant in this country. I am convinced people go into politics in this country for no other reason, give or take one or two, for no other reason than to become rich of corruption. And Tim, the CIP is about the best opportunity for corruption. The CIP. That is why so much emphasis is placed on due diligence when they are selling the idea. They promise you there'll be fantastic due diligence, etc., etc. I wrote at the time we were considering, well, I say consider, the government pretended it was considering, but it had already made up its mind. But at the time, Von Lewis was writing about the plan to go into the CIP program. One of the thing he emphasized most was the importance of due diligence.
Yes.
But Tim, we were talking about due diligence. Well, we were not talking about it. One or two of us was pointing it out. That's all. We were talking about due diligence in a country famous for not having no respect for due diligence, no transparency, no accountability. We are famous for that. How else are you going to explain that our audited accounts are 2 or 3 years behind time? How are you going to explain that the government continues to borrow money in our name when it has not accounted for at least 3 years of spending the same money they borrow, etc.? How are you going to do that? How are you going to look at yourself in the mirror and talk about CIP when you're sitting on your ass there doing absolutely nothing? You don't care. And even the lawyers, the judges, the ex-judges who have all the best, anytime there's some committee, they head it, the church, all of them. They know that, you know, Tim. They know that. They know that the CIP laws require accountability, that the due diligence must begin at home. And the way we do that is to check out the accounts of the CIP. But we have how many years? 2 or 3 years behind on that too.
About 2 years, yeah.
We're behind on that too. What exactly do we have in place to protect the country from corruption that is actually operating it? Not the police, not the courts, not the judges, not the ex-judges who advise government, not the prison people, nobody. So you might as well not have any of those protection devices at all, Tim. Because everybody is basically trying to live off a crook in office. You want to think about that? Think about it for a second. So, the CIP. We don't need to go too deep into all the things in the blog and who writes this and who writes that. Why is it we cannot work up the balls to demand that the government, you know, I'm warning, all right, demand that Emmanuel, what's his name,
McLeod.
Give an account publicly, and by that I mean before a press conference, about that trip he took, especially to see Philip Martinez. Why is that a state secret? Now we get to the other guy. You know, I have written very little about Ernest Hilaire. Very, very little. But Ernest Hilaire is the guy right now that we should order special magnifying glasses to look at him. Because the nation must take another look at Ernest Hilaire. Must. And demand special accountability of Ernest Hilaire more than any other minister. Why do I say that? Because every scandal that is in this damn country involving money or involving accountability, in the middle of it is Ernest Hilaire. True or not? I know you don't want to answer that. One of his favorite words is vindicated. I was vindicated. Ernest Hilaire has been vindicated of nothing. The allegations made against him still stand as allegations and will continue to stand for allegations because we don't have, and I'm going to put my neck there again. We don't have the leadership, opposition leadership, that can muster up the kind of protest that is needed at this time. Because all the Prime Minister has to do is order. He led to face the press in a press conference and leave himself open to answer questions. We know what we know about Jufali from Ernest Hilaire, who was at the High Commission at the time of Jufali, is at best dubious. Am I right or wrong on that?
Yeah, you're correct.
And I'm very good at choosing my words because this is one country wherever you ask an inconvenient question, the Minister of Government is at your taxpayers' expense going to put the questioner before the courts. And he's going to come up with the best lawyers, knowing very well you don't have the actual evidence. Somebody said, the absence of evidence is evidence you need to go deeper into a subject. Because just as you're going to ask the guy for evidence that he's speculating you might be a crook, you should be presenting him, especially in politics, not everywhere. You should be presenting the public with your evidence to dispel what the opposition is saying about you. You don't put people in court for that. That is called the chilling effect. Because most people cannot afford to go to court with any minister of government. So whenever you hear a minister of government talking about he's going to get lawyers and going to sue you, he is suspect. Because more often than not, he's getting the services of the lawyer for free. And he will take care of business, later. That is how it works him. Lawyers in this country, government people in this country, when they sue you, you lose. No matter how you win, you still lose. Because they'll come up with the best lawyers who are rewarded in their own underhand way, and you'll never know. You remember when you used to ask our present Prime Minister, when you used to ask him how much was the country paying Tony Estefan for all those cases he was taking up for the government and ignoring local lawyers but taking to Anthony Estefan.
Yeah.
You asked him that question many times on his Maker Live. Do you remember his answer every time?
I don't know. I don't know.
And I will answer it for you. It wasn't just I don't know. You want me to lie? And here's the joke about this, Tim. In Philip Pierre's circumstances at that time, I personally believe he was telling you the truth. That he didn't know. Because as it turned out, much of many of the scandals, official scandals we hear of that somehow involved Kenya Anthony, were done outside the country and not with public servants. Just read the Ramzahoy report and you'll see it. They were done with Trinidadians outside of St. Lucia or with Astefan. So when Philip Pierre was saying, I don't know, he probably was telling the truth. But back to Mr. Hilaire. He likes to use the word, I was vindicated. He was not vindicated in the matter with Chico. As I recall, he sued Chico for libel. And then offered Chico the opportunity to apologize. Claimed that that Chico apologized. Chico himself said he never apologized. And the case disappeared. Am I correct?
You're correct, yes.
Good. The matter of the customs thing, all that happened was the customs officer, chief customs officer, was replaced. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And whatever was associated with that, what's the guy's name, Chico? Whatever else was associated with that was the Range Rover?
Yes.
It disappeared. So none of those things has ever been put before the public so that the public can feel okay that this minister cleared himself. That's not true. It is also Ernest Hilaire who, when he came back from the Privy Council, casually told reporters, no problem, I will see the AG and we'll change the law.
Yeah.
I'll change the law, so we'll change the law for Hilaire. I will change the law for myself. You know how much arrogance it takes to say a thing like that? And I could go on and on. There's Jojo Fally. What's the next one? Help me. And then we have the CIP now. The man is the head of the CIP. How can you just continue just like that, having private? The Prime Minister said he had a private talk with him. I have no doubt that's true. The Prime Minister asked him a couple of questions and he said that's all right. But that's not what the Prime Minister is there for. The Prime Minister is there to cause Hilaire to account to the people in the most public way. Openly, with television cameras and people recording it. Because it's not Hilaire's business we want to deal with. It's the people's business. And we must be given an opportunity to know for a fact whether Hilaire is worthy of that public trust. It has nothing to do with how you feel about Hilaire. Hilaire is spitting in the eyes of the whole country, if not shitting on their faces, by simply making himself a law unto himself and not accounting to the people. And he's doing that with the encouragement with 3/4 of the country, by which I mean the hacks of the members of his party who are there for the victory and nothing else, and 3/4 of those who maybe on Alan Sasson's side, but are too chicken or don't understand they are the ones getting shafted enough, or maybe Alan is too gentle and gentleman. What is it going to take for politicians to learn to respect us? Do we have to resort to chaos in the country? Do we have to start throwing shit in the boulevard? Do we have to burn buildings? Do we have to do like what's happening in Haiti? Because that is the alternative this government is forcing on the people of this country. We are at our wits' end. And if we have weak opposition people, then we're in deeper trouble. Deeper trouble. We cannot pay a price because the opposition is too weak to stand up for the law and stand up for our rights and that given us by the Constitution. Talking about Constitution, it's a piece of paper that most of us don't even know what's in there. Most of us can't read even if we have peculiarities about our country that must be addressed. We are no longer living in the times when you could trust politicians or when people were open. By virtue of being in government, you automatically were a gentilhomme. We know damn well most politicians are crooked, from Trump down to here. I could go on, but we have to get angry. We have to get angry with ourselves first and foremost. We have to get angry to look at our children and wonder what our children are thinking of us as chickens, believing nothing. The church, which is supposed to take a stand when things are wrong, nothing. You have Father Albert talks every now and again, but although he goes a little far for comparing him to the rest, he ain't begin to go far yet. Father Albert, Brother Harris, all of those guys should be walking the streets in defense of the people's rights. That's what they're there for. Men of God. They're supposed to lead against evil. In fact, it'd be so good to see the fathers Alberts and brother Harrises and the rest of them and all the Novena Rosary Shakers ignore Alan Chastney and mount their own protest, not against Pierre, not against Hitler, but against the way that the Constitution is being walked over. And we doing it in the meantime as well. And my final word, those people who are protecting the victory, you know, you have to feel sorry for them. What victory? A victory you're paying for with poverty? A victory you're paying for with no future? Is that what you're talking about? Ernest Hillel, the Prime Minister, owes it to the country. Owes it to the country to put Hillel out there and give an account of his stewardship in the circumstances concerning the CIP. Thank you very much, Tim.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. What do I say after that contribution? But we have on the line the former acting Comptroller of Customs, Mr. Peter Chico, who is now the United Workers' Party endorsed candidate for Castries East. Good afternoon to you, sir. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Timothy Poleon.
Hi, Mr. Peter Chico. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes, sir. This is Peter Chico, your humble servant. I just want to say to Mr. Requeen, thank you, Mr. Requeen. Thank you for now publicly talking about Dr. Ernest Hillel and his hookism, I should call it. I can't call him crooked, but he's not as straight. He's as straight as a hook. I just wanted to call because I just heard what Mr. Wayne was saying, and I just wanted to inform that after so many years that this thing has been playing out in the public domain, I've never heard Rick Wayne speak that way. Why? I've never heard nobody else speak that way to condemn Ernest Hillel and the nonsense that they were doing. But I just want to tell you, the fight continues. Over the past couple of weeks, I have filed, like I said before, I have filed 5 matters with the special prosecutor. I've filed 5 matters as well with the Integrity Commission. The 5 matters filed, 1 against Dr. Ernest Hillel, 1 against Mr. Leslie Mondesi, Attorney General, 1 against the Prime Minister, Mr. Philippe Pierre, 1 against Claudius Francis, who is the Speaker of the House, and 1 against the Comptroller of Customs, Mr. Sherman Emmanuel. I have also the other 5 that were filed against, with the Integrity Commission, are against the same individuals. Because what happened with this Ernest Hillel matter, to me, that is, if you go in the dictionary and look for a definition of corruption, you will see this thing, the Rovergate saga. This cannot be left untouched. This cannot be left on a shelf. It must be vented. It must be brought out to the open so that St. Lucians could understand the extent at which the Attorney General himself was involved in corrupting that system.
Well, hold on there, because we have no evidence of the AG corrupting anything, sir. And we have to be we have to be exceptionally careful, because...
Okay, well, I will take that back.
If he was involved in any act of corruption, I can't imagine that the authorities would have stayed there and not do anything about it. And for you to prove,
well, let me take that back.
And for you to prove any act of corruption, it must go before the courts and you prove it, or to the Integrity Commission for them to rule on it, sir. We can't make a ruling or determination of this on NewsSpin. We can't do that.
Okay, I will take that back. I will take that back. I will apologize to all your listeners. I will take that back. But when I had written, first to begin, Rick Wayne said it right. They had selected, they have in their pool the best lawyers. While going through this matter with Dr. Ernest Hillel, I dealt with 11 lawyers. Dr. Ernest Hillel had 11 lawyers. I could name them all for you because I have all I've written about them all, right? 11 lawyers to come and defend Dr. Ernest Ile for that rover vehicle, right? Secondly, when the Attorney General was Dr. Ernest Ile's defense lawyer. He sat down in the court against me as a state officer defending Dr. Ernest Ile. He became the Attorney General after the election. I personally wrote to the gentleman on a number of occasions asking him to clarify his position. I wrote to him and identified the conflict of interest in his position. He had meetings with the sitting Comptroller of Customs. That's no secret. That is no secret. The Comptroller came to me to ask me for my files to have a meeting with the gentleman. He had 2 meetings with the gentleman. The last meeting he had was the day before the court was the matter was withdrawn from the court. Tim, what do you call that? Give me a word to describe that. But I keep saying my favorite lines in the Bible: fear not, for the day of reckoning is upon us. And I say to Dr. Ernest Ile and his crew, his comrades, that the time is at hand. So I am hoping that the Integrity Commission, the matters that were filed with the Integrity Commission, and the matters as well that were filed with the Special Prosecutor, I am hoping that these agencies do what is necessary, because I provided them with all the information, all the documentation, and I am hoping that these agencies do what is necessary in order to make these individuals account publicly for what they have done. Team, I thank you. Have a blessed day.
You too, sir. Thank you so much for calling Just of Customs, Mr. Peter Chico. And finally, our NewsSpin news of the day. Our NewsSpin news of the day reads, Haiti conflict drives thousands toward famine. Haiti conflict drives thousands toward famine. And we also had our question of the day, what do you think about the October 1st implementation of the November the 1st, 2024 presentation this week? And also in January of this year, 2024, still in Trinidad, the national minimum wage was increased from $17.50 to $20.50. That's from $17.50 to $20.50. But public sector workers, their minimum wage has moved from $20.50 to $22.50. In the case of St. Lucia, the minimum wage hourly wants $6.52. $6.52 persons to be paid an hour, and for a month it is $1,130. As of today, October the 1st, the minimum wage coming into effect in St. Lucia. That's a broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the most monitored talk show in the world. That's NewsSpin. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.